Sorry, we'll log this under newbie mistakes. First thing I did was walk out. When I got out of my car, I got out, laid my map in the trunk beside my bag, picked up my bag, closed the trunk, and rolled out. No map. Let's do it. I'm just going to park right back where I was, and I'm just going to come out and I'm going to walk this bottom part. I'll get back with you when I get back to the park. Thanks. Hey, so if you're asking yourself, how can this be Brown's first backpack adventure part 2? Wouldn't this be Brown's second backpack adventure? Well, just think of it as what happened after my lunch break. So I went out and I finished the bottom half of that trail. So that's what you're about to watch right now. Let me know what you think. Enjoy. So right here this morning is where we went to the left. We're going to go to the right today. I don't know if you can see that in there. We're going to take another excursion off trail to look at something. Very interesting. Looks like someone's been out here experimenting with building. I think I can see what they were trying to accomplish, but they haven't finished or they didn't finish. So, as I told you earlier, this is my first time going out by myself, well, going out backpacking like this. I've walked up and down trails at the little parks, and that's really all I'm doing right now. I want to get more serious about it, and I wanted to video it, but I kept having a lot of reasons why I can't. Oh, I can't because my camera's not good enough. I can't because I don't know what I'm doing. And no one that does know what they're doing seems to want to go. I went and bought this pack a couple years ago. I really only used it around the house, and I can't even fit it correctly unless it has weight in it. So I got up and I put the weight in it, put the tent in it. I had a hammock come in. Some other items, I got a fire kit already in here. Little things like that. First aid. And I thought, wow, you know, put the pack on, it felt good. I love gear. So it felt good. And then I sat around, went back to sitting around in the corner. And I'm just not happy about that. If you guys can see, it's hard to, bet you it's hard to see on the camera. If you can see where it slopes up, goes up. These are made for, like we said, for fortification. And it's all earthen, all made of the earth. So that's why you don't see any stone walls and bricks. We call it a fortress, but it's earthen. E-A-R-T-H-E-N. So, for nearly 5 months, thousands of soldiers and African-American laborers worked around the clock to build Fortress Rosecrans, digging, shaping, and compacting the works. It was back-breaking, highly unpopular duty. So they built these things in here. Can you imagine moving that much dirt? Any of these pictures? I don't see any damn machinery. People's back. So there you go. What people can accomplish when they work together instead of always wanting to work against each other all the time on everything. I know that we have a lot of graveyards around, so you guys should Google the Battle of Stones River. It was a kind of a big deal. There's another little trail. I have a goal in mind, so when I get to that goal, I will see if we have time to come back and see what that Blue Jay's doing back in there. Hey, how y'all doing? Good, good, thank you.
I like your beanie.
Oh, thank you. Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good, thank you.
That way I didn't want to pick it up because there's one.
Normal citizens walking down the path, having a good day hike. Look at the sky. So I've seen this before, living under guns. The citizens of occupied Murfreesboro had constant reminders of the powerful federal army entrenched here on their doorsteps. I saw this up at the courthouse, and I'm sure I'll swing through there at some point, referring to Murfreesboro as being occupied by the federal troops. Maybe that'll give you an idea of a certain mindset. They deemed that the federal troops, this was still the United States of America, they call the federal troops the occupiers, still to this day. So, there you go. So this is the fortification Lunette Thomas. I thought we were there earlier. So here are your lunettes. This is kind of what they, hopefully you can see this. It's doubtful that you can see it, but if you go to, Stones River National Battlefield.org or Tennessee State Park / Stones River SR National Battlefield, something like that. I'm sure it'll pop right up. But there's some interesting pictures. You can see what this looks like. Wow, that's interesting. And the span of it is kind of shocking. Where's that go? So, there we go. So it looks like I've gotten to the end of this trail. Some park workers. Or this crosswalk or whatever this is going on here. I thought I knew where this ended, but so I'm glad I walked it because apparently I don't. So awesome. A nice surprise. We'll see. I don't have my map, so I don't see where we go when we cross the street here. But we're going to cross anyway, and we'll see what happens. Once again, excuse my shakiness. We're taking notes. Tomorrow, stick, map. Check. I am in a park. So right behind me in that beautiful shot is a tennis court. So there are people playing tennis. There's a pavilion over there, all that kind of good stuff. So we're moving right along. So one of the good things about exploring is that you find things that you didn't know were there right underneath your nose. It's a little sloppy out here today, but if you chose to come and cook out and eat here, you could do it. And I don't know that you would see something like this just driving by. You'd already have to know it was here. There's a parking lot, and then there's a playground. Oof. Almost committed my greatest fear, dropping the phone. Maybe I should tether it. But check it out. Uh-oh, I scared a little creature off, a little buddy over there. Yep, I did. Sorry, guy. Not going up in there because there's nothing over there, just grass. Little picnic area. Of course, I am in Tennessee, so you better make sure you got your bug protection if you're going to come into a place like this, that's for sure. Trash. It's a shame. Trash. Bud Light. It's a shame. All right, I'm gonna call this the end of the trail. It's not. You can go that way, but as you can see, it's just a sidewalk, and it comes out on this little street that it turns out I am exactly where I thought I was going to be. I didn't realize I had to cross that little street is the only big difference. So let's head back and see exactly what we got for miles on our little thing. And mile, once again, not very far. It's almost 70 and I haven't broken a sweat, so taking my time, relaxing, enjoying a beautiful day. People with buddies out here. I'll bring my buddy out here. Hopefully you guys will meet him soon. So as I stated, I'm at the park, Old Fort Parkway Park in Murfreesboro during the Corona. And as you can see, it's a really nice place. You see people hanging out, walking their dogs. That's a pavilion number 3 right there, tennis courts. There are actually people playing, which over by where I live next to a school, and they've got it all taped up. Yellow tape. You can't play tennis over there. You can't, they have jungle gyms and all that over there. You can't blame them. You can't blame them. Kids don't understand how to, protect themselves in that fashion. These people over here, they're adults. They know if someone else has handled their stick or, just to touch their own balls or whatever. Me, there's just too many people over there, in and out. And I don't know if you guys know it, but I live in Rutherford County, which just touches Nashville. Ground zero in Tennessee. And it's horrible right now. So there are cases in every place. I have friends. One of my friends just got off the the ventilator. So it's no joke. People, seems like even though it's April 2nd, maybe they're starting to take it seriously now. You see more social distancing, but you still see the same thing. People thinking, oh, well, that's my friend. They're cool. You have to think about these things. So we'll see what happens. I think one thing that we miss is perspective on ourselves, especially in something like this. Sorry for the darkness, I'm in the shadows. Especially in regards to something like this virus. You can feel it's a conspiracy, whatever you want to feel, that's great. Who cares? But you have to err on the side of caution in something like this. And you have to be able to understand yourself and to practically gauge yourself. For example, I had a friend who just left down here from visiting me. He went back to Northeast Tennessee. He was like, oh, if I get corona out in the mountains, then that's just what it is and blah, blah, blah. I said, bruh, you out in the mountains now. But you just left down here from me, from the hotbed. Yeah, but I don't be around nobody. Don't tell me you don't be around anybody. And I was on the phone with you and somebody was dropping by your house. So you're around people. Don't minimize. His parents are 90 plus. They can't fight that crap off. Whether you think it's a conspiracy, whether you think it was planned, whatever you believe. Hell, they can't fight off the flu right now. So, well, I feel just fine, blah, blah, blah. You can be sick and carrying it around for 2 weeks before you even know it. Give somebody a chance, man. If you don't care about yourself, care about the people around you. If you don't think you need the safety and the distance, maybe they do. So you have to think beyond yourself. Always. Especially at times like this. So I'm just going to put this out there. These little trails right here usually lead to really cool places like down to the river. And this is like if you're just walking down the trail. And I love taking these little side trails. But log this under situational awareness. If you're walking down that trail and you see some dudes coming out with gold and smelling like they just left the club, and it's 70, 80 degrees, and they're dressed in all black with the red top open to here with the gold, and they seem to be nervous at the fact that you're walking by, you may not want to go down that trail. Might be some alternate lifestyle living going on down through there. And I say that's true just about anywhere. Be smart, you know, be smart. Ooh, there goes one. Ooh, now I'm scared. Those are my favorite. And throughout time, as I come out of here, I'll be using this place. This is so close to my house to test, you know. I see people that just cuts across to another trail, to the other trail. Seen a lot of that. Not really another trail because all these trails are small, like I told you. So all these trails kind of connect up somehow, some way. I'm just gonna cut across because this is the way to my car. But always be smart, you know, whatever you're doing. Like I said, I live in Tennessee and I have a particular set of concerns that I have to be smart about. So, for example, today on my very first day, this morning, from the minute I entered the park, some guy in a truck, in a black truck with Salt Life on it, was marking me. I don't know why he was following me around. Our first little places that we coincidentally hit up on, I just ignored it. But now I just pulled into a random place because it feels like you're following me. And now you just pulled in too. And you didn't park, you circled. And then you left. And so then I went up to the thing to read, you know, the information. That's how I got the information about going to the visitor center. I turned around. I'd be doggone if the SOB wasn't sitting back in the parking lot looking at me. And so I looked back at him. Then I just looked away, got in my car and drove off. Went to the visitor center. I guess he figured he'd ran me off or I was done for the day or whatever. Then I went to the visitor center and grabbed a map and some other information and came on back. And I haven't seen him since, so who knows what that's all about. But the point is, I was aware of him being aware of me. There's only 3 of us out here, me, him, and some lady that just came and got in her car. So why are you tracking me? So you have to be concerned about that kind of stuff, especially for you ladies out there. If you feel like somebody's tracking, listen to yourself. If you feel like somebody's tracking you or has just being weird, let's just say they're just being weird. Don't walk your ass into the woods by yourself. Just don't do it. Be smart. Okay, well, the good news is that trail was a little bit further than I thought. And it still wasn't that far. Let's see. So, just over a mile and a half. And once again, I didn't even break a sweat. But you just take your time and you just walk through here and it's really nice. And these are things I never really took time to do in life. To enjoy it. All right, y'all. That's it for the day. I got my little excursion in. Formulated me a plan for tomorrow. I'm glad I waited because I think that trek tomorrow. Oh, woo! About threw my door off the hinge. I think that trek tomorrow is going to be good times. Here's the map. Turns out it didn't even make it to the trunk. In the trunk. In the trunk. So looking forward to tomorrow morning a lot now. I'm going to have a heavy pack on just to do a long trek in a heavy pack, and I will be hiking the entire battlefield. So when I go home today, I'm going to actually make me a food bag, which I better do really quick because I'm probably going to need to have lunch out there. I'm really looking forward to that. I already have all the little stuff to make my little food meals and all that good little stuff on, so I'm very, very excited. Anytime you get anything new and you actually like it, it's very exciting. So that's exactly what I'll be doing tomorrow, and that's it. So we'll talk to you tomorrow. I appreciate you joining me. Remember, I'm T-Dog Brown. This is Brown's New Life. Welcome. If I don't die, welcome to my new life.